Baker Mayfield's headed to the Panthers. Ike, we had it right all along, but this trade lingered on and on and on and on. And I think the Browns wanted more in return for the first overall pick in the 2018 draft. They get a conditional pick back, meaning they'll get a 4th or 5th round pick back. But what was your thought process on this trade, Ike? But like I said, I mean, I know we talked through a few different scenarios. We said the Panthers early on, but it went on longer than I expected to. What was your first reaction when the news became official that Mayfield's headed to Carolina?
It was about time, Mark. About time, the Cleveland Browns let go Baker Mayfield, give him a new start. Baker Mayfield wanted a new start. I don't think Baker Mayfield was going into training camp if the Browns would have kept him. The vibe just would have been too different, So the divorce was already there. Once you get and sign a guy for 5 years, $240 million, and you still have a first-round quarterback sitting on your roster, there's nothing good about that. The feelings are already gone. It's torn, washed away. So I'm glad the Cleveland Browns did get rid of Baker Mayfield. They probably didn't get what they thought they was going to get, but like, Grandma always used to say, something is better than nothing. For Baker Mayfield, for him to hit the reset button, he has an opportunity to prove himself with the Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold is over there, but Sam Darnold, and not in a good way. And I don't mean to bash Sam Darnold, but just understanding, I think Baker Mayfield to Sam Darnold would be a better upgrade, and it's probably confidence-wise. But Baker got to understand he's not going to have the offensive line he had. He's not going to have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. He's not going to have David Njoku. He's not going to have his offensive coordinator, even though we'll see what Matt Rule is going to do from the offensive standpoint. He's not going to have the Peoples-Jones. He's not going to have the Jarvis Landry or the OBJ. So now it's really going to be on Baker. Because I think Baker, for some point in his time, he's been surrounded by a great supporting cast. Even when he was at Oklahoma, he had a nice little supporting cast around him as well. So we shall see. It's just the maturity part from Baker's standpoint. It's the post-game interviews. It's the Tom Brady act, how he should act like. It's the Eli Manning, how he should act like. It's the Peyton Manning, how he should act like. It's the Big Ben at one standpoint on how he should act like when it comes down to, I do know I'm the CEO of this organization. I do know, I'm going to take a lot of criticism whether we win or whether we lose. That's just coming with a quarterback territory. And from that standpoint, that's really what it is. But from a standpoint where Baker is really healthy, I think Baker does fine. I don't think nothing is wrong with Baker. I think he's athletic enough. I think he was hurt last year. He's proven when he's healthy what he can do. I saw him walk with his crew to Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium and beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs. I have seen him over time too as well. When he does try to play hurt, he doesn't look like the same Baker. He looks like somebody who should be sitting down and really is not understanding the offense and trying to force the ball to certain scenarios. But as far as like a clean cut Baker, I do like Baker. I've been liking Baker since Oklahoma. So I like his attitude. I like his chip on the shoulder. He just got to mature with that chip on the shoulder, Mark. That's just my personal opinion. But time should tell. It's not like they don't have Christian McCaffrey. It's not like they don't have receivers or a tight end. Like, he got some pieces over there. So it's going to be a clean cut on see what Baker can do. You only get so many chances in the NFL. And that's what Baker got to understand, especially being that first-round draft pick. When you're that first-round draft pick, a lot of other teams, when it don't work out for you, they figure, you know what, we can change them or we can mold them. That's how teams and GMs feel when it comes down to that first-round draft pick. Hell, just look at Sam Darnold where he was at first. He was
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz. Like, first-round quarterbacks, they always get opportunities, but after two is one too many. And that's how these teams look at it. So I think this is his final, go around. I think Baker will do well at North Carolina. I don't think the grass is green. I think he just needs a breath of fresh air. So we'll see what Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers are talking about for the 2022 season. But for me, it's just a maturity part.
Ike, I just want to clear the air here, because someone who regularly watches our show, listens to it, might say, wait a second, these guys are talking out of both sides of their mouth, because it was just like 2 weeks ago where we mentioned the possibility where Mayfield could return to the Browns. I think that wasn't the case because we wanted to see what happened with the Deshaun Watson situation. That's still pending. At the same time as well, though, this trade took longer than I expected it to. And it's like we both said, I don't think the Browns fetched in return what they wanted to get for Mayfield, who was the first overall pick in 2018. Those other possibilities beating Seattle with Drew Lock, Geno Smith, possibly the Lions, given the connection with John Dorsey. Now, I know you had mentioned that there was the possibility that Mayfield could even return to the Browns and try to repair that relationship. Clearly that didn't happen. So if you do go back and regularly listen to and watch our show, like we had it right all along with Carolina. This just took longer than I expected. At the same time, though, the Panthers get tremendous value for Mayfield because if he returns to form for what we saw on the back half of the 2020 season, the Panthers are only paying about $4 million of Mayfield's rookie contract, the final year of his rookie deal. So it's almost like if you go to a fancy gourmet steakhouse, or I know you don't eat steak, Ike, but let's say we order a seafood tower and I say, hey, I'm going to cover the bill. All you have to pay is for the tip for the server. That's essentially what the Panthers are doing in getting Mayfield.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of wine we get, because you do them a red wine connoisseur. So you can have the seafood platter. Seafood platter might cost us $7, but hell, them 2 bottles of wine might cost us $7. So that tip is definitely gonna come out. The my pocket for sure. But I understand exactly what you're saying. I agree with you. Carolina's winning on both sides, Mark. Carolina can look at the 20 season and see if they can revamp Baker Mayfield. Also, they're looking at the salary cap like we're only playing for and some change. So it's a win-win situation for the Carolina Panthers.
Ike, I'll take the filet mignon. And remember, the Browns are going to pay $10.5 million of the salary Mayfield is owed. So the Panthers, again, if they're getting someone who can return to the form that we saw in the back half of the 2020 season, Ike, in all honesty, I expect Mayfield to start in week 1. Circle your calendar, September the 11th, Panthers and Browns. It's going to be must-see television, especially because Baker thrives when he's down and out, he's backed into a corner, and you doubt him. That's when he's at his best. It's going to be must-watch television in week 1 of the 2022 season.
Yeah, Bergin ain't going to have a chip on the shoulder for that game. He's going to have a boulder.
We'll get some guac and some salsa and some queso too, Ike.
For real.